स्केलर म्हणजे अशा भौतिक राशी ज्या पूर्णपणे त्यांच्या मॅग्निट्यूडनी सांगितल्या जातात आणि वेक्टर म्हणजे अशा भौतिक राशी ज्यांच्या एक्सप्लेनेशनसाठी मॅग्निट्यूडच्या सोबत डायरेक्शन असण्याची गरज आहे. स्केलरचं ॲडिशन करताना साध्या बीजगणिताच्या नियमाचा वापर करता येतो. वेक्टरचं ॲडिशन तसं करणं शक्य नाही, कारण वेक्टरला दिशा आहे. Scalar's addition. The addition of a scalar is a very simple thing. We can do it by simple algebraic rule. As I said earlier, volume can be added to a volume. The similar type of scalars can be added by simple algebraic rules. Though it is not a good example, but you can say that in 5 liters of milk you can add 2 liters of water to make a dilute milk of 7 liter. The volume can be added to volume. Scalar of similar type, volume can be added with simple algebraic rule. But so is not the case with vectors. Vectors cannot be added by simple algebraic rules. Now we will see how is the addition of vectors. For that, at the start we will see how the two vectors in the same direction can be added. For that, we will take a very simple example. Let us consider the first thing we are seeing vectors in same direction. Let us consider displacement is a vector. Here, for the sake of convenience, I will consider a displacement of an object is of 3 units in one direction. And the object moves in the same direction with a displacement of 3 units. Then how much will be the total displacement of the object? In order to obtain the total displacement of the object, what we will do? Let us consider this is one vector. A vector can be replaced by another equal vector. From the end point of the first vector, I will draw a second vector. You will get this is of 3 units, and then a resultant of these two will be a resultant vector of 7 units. Now, this 4 unit vector, let it is represented by OA. 3 unit vector is represented by AB. Then a resultant of these two will be of 7 units, and it is represented by OB. Therefore, for the addition of vectors in the same direction, we have to add the magnitude of the two vectors, and direction will be same as that of both the vectors. एकाच दिशेतल्या दोन वेक्टरचं ॲडिशन करायचं झालं तर त्यांच्या मॅग्निट्यूडची बेरीज करायची आणि जो काही रिझल्टंट असेल त्याची दिशा या दोन्ही वेक्टरच्या दिशेत असेल. Then we will think of the another case. The second case is that if vectors are in opposite direction. Again, I will repeat the same example. Let us consider an object has a displacement of 4 units in one direction, and then it has a displacement of 3 units in opposite direction. Then the resultant of these two vectors is a vector R. and it is of one unit only. Let it is a vector A and it's a vector B, then vector R is sum of two vectors. But in this case, what is to be remembered is that here there is a subtraction of the magnitude and the direction is the same as the direction of a vector of higher magnitude. मित्रांनो, इथे काय केलंय माहितीये का? हा एक वेक्टर आहे 4 युनिटचा, हा दुसरा वेक्टर आहे 3 युनिटचा. या दोघांची दिशा अपोजिट आहे. या दोघांचा एकत्रित परिणाम म्हणजे रिझल्टंट वेक्टर. विरुद्ध दिशेतल्या दोन वेक्टरचा एकत्रित परिणाम काढताना दोघांच्या मॅग्निट्यूडची वजाबाकी करायची, जी 1 युनिट इतकी आहे, आणि त्या रिझल्टंट वेक्टरची दिशा काय असेल तर त्यातला जो मोठा आहे त्याची दिशा म्हणजे रिझल्टंट वेक्टरची दिशा असेल. एकाच दिशेत असतील तर दोघांच्या मॅग्निट्यूडची बेरीज करा. विरुद्ध दिशेत असेल तर दोघांच्या मॅग्निट्यूडची वजाबाकी करा. बेरीज ही जास्तीत जास्त किंमत असेल आणि वजाबाकी ही कमीत कमी किंमत असेल. म्हणून the resultant of two vectors is always less than the subtraction of the magnitude, is always more than that of the subtraction of the magnitude of two vectors, and it is less than that of the addition of the magnitude of the two vectors. For a vectors of magnitude 4 unit and 3 units, the resultant should be always less than 7 unit and greater than 1 unit. The resultant should lie in between 1 unit to 7 unit. Again, we will take the third example if the two vectors are perpendicular to each other. If two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then let us consider it's a vector A which has a magnitude of 4 unit, and this is a vector B which has a magnitude of 3 unit. Then the resultant of these two will be a vector of 5 unit. This is vector R, and here vector R is of 5 unit. Here it's a right angle triangle. Here it's a right angle triangle, and the resultant you will get the hypotenuse of the triangle. Now the value 5 for the two vectors which are perpendicular to each other is less than that of the 7 and more than that of the 1. Therefore, resultant of any two vectors is always less than the sum of the two vectors and always greater than the subtraction of the magnitude of the two vectors. These are the three different cases in which we got the angle between the two vectors in the same direction is equal to 0. The angle between two vectors in opposite direction is equal to 180 degree. Angle between the two perpendicular vectors is equal to 90 degree. But every time the case will not be out of these three, it may be the different one. If two vectors are such that they are inclined to each other, making some suitable angle theta with each other, in that case, vectors are to be added by triangle law of vector addition. Triangle law of vector addition is a geometrical method of vector addition, and what is the triangle law of vector addition we will see hereafter. Before to start with the triangle law of vector addition, we know that the vector is represented by an arrow in which length of arrow is able to give the magnitude of a vector and direction of arrow is able to explain the direction of a vector. and you can transfer a vector from one place to another place with your convenience with the help of a concept of equal vector. What is equal vector? The vector whose magnitudes are same and direction is also same. Magnitude and direction are same, then the two vectors are said to be the equal vectors. Now, geometrical method of vector addition is the triangle law of vector addition. For that, what we will do, let us consider we will take two vectors. This is one vector. Let this vector is nothing but vector P, and this is the another vector. Let this vector is vector Q. And in order to add these two vectors by a geometrical method known as the triangle law of vector addition, what we have to do is that first draw a equal vector for P. Now, equal vector means it should be same in magnitude and same in direction. Let us consider OA is an arrow which is to represent equal vector for a vector P. While drawing equal vector to vector P, O is the initial point of the vector P and A is the end point or the tail of a vector. From the end point of vector P, that is from A, draw another vector which is to be added Q. Again, in order to draw a vector Q, I should take a vector of same magnitude and same direction. This is vector Q, which is represented by AB. AB is to represent equivalent vector for vector Q, which is drawn from the end point of vector A. Now, if you look at the figure, what you will see that vector P and vector Q are supposed to be the two adjacent sides of incomplete triangle. Therefore, in order to complete a triangle, I should draw a vector which start from O and end at B. This is the remaining side of the triangle which is drawn from O to B. Therefore, this side OB which is drawn to complete the triangle is supposed to be the resultant of two vectors. Resultant of two vectors is what? Resultant of two vector is a vector which gives the combined effect of two vectors. Therefore, I will write here vector R is equal to vector P plus vector Q, where vector R is said to be a resultant vector and vector P and vector Q are said to be the component vectors. Now here what you will see that the component vectors P and Q are the two different vectors, but the combined effect of these component vectors P and Q is same as that of a single vector R. Therefore, vector R said to be a resultant vector. This is a geometrical method to determine the resultant of two vectors. Now, with this explanation, what I am able to say here is that if two vectors represented by two adjacent sides of triangle taken in order, it's very important. The two adjacent sides of the triangle, they should be taken in order, one after the another. If two vectors in magnitude and direction are represented by two adjacent sides of triangle taken in order, then their resultant in magnitude and direction is represented by the side drawn to complete the triangle from initial point of first vector to end point of second vector. Therefore, the statement of triangle law of vector addition will be given like this one. If two vectors in magnitude and direction are represented by two adjacent sides of triangle taken in order, then the resultant in magnitude and direction is represented by the remaining side of the triangle which is drawn from the initial point of the first vector to the end point of the second vector. आताच आपण बघितलं की वेक्टर P OA नी दाखवलेला आहे, वेक्टर Q AB नी दाखवलेला आहे. AB हा वेक्टर P आहे, OA हा वेक्टर P आहे, AB हा वेक्टर Q आहे. त्रिकोणाच्या ह्या दोन बाजू आहेत, तर त्रिकोणाची उरलेली बाजू ही कोणती आहे? OB आहे. ही P आणि Q चा रिझल्टंट आहे. याच्यामध्ये दोन वेक्टर आपण असे घेतले की P वेक्टर पहिला आणि याच्या टेल पासून Q हा दुसरा वेक्टर काढलेला आहे. म्हणजे याच्यामध्ये कॉम्बिनेशन कसं आहे? टेल हेड कॉम्बिनेशन आहे. म्हणजे P चा टेल आणि Q चा हेड या कॉम्बिनेशन मध्ये आपल्याला हे मिळालं. वेक्टर R इज इक्वल टू, जस्ट वी रीच इन दॅट, वेक्टर R इज इक्वल टू वेक्टर P प्लस वेक्टर Q. आता वेक्टर ऍडिशन कम्युटेटिव्ह लॉ ओबे करतो की नाही हा प्रश्न आहे. What is the commutative law of addition? Commutative law of addition, it means that the order of addition is not important. Here we are adding two vectors, vector P and Q, and order of addition is that we are taking P as the first vector and from the end point of P we are drawing Q. Therefore Q is supposed to be the second vector. P is first, Q is the second. But instead of that, if you reverse the order of addition, in that case, how will be the resultant of these two? That we have to see. In order to reverse the addition, order of addition, what I should do is that I should take Q vector as the first vector. Therefore, what I will do here, I will draw a Q vector first. No, this is equivalent for the Q vector. Let it is represented by some another letter. Here AB, I will write here as C. OC is, vector OC is to represent vector Q. First vector is the vector Q, the second vector is vector P. Therefore, from the tail of first vector, from the end point of the first vector, I should draw the first vector, equivalent or equal of the first vector. Equal of the first vector is, it should be vector CB. This is to represent vector P. Now, for this triangle OCB, for this triangle OCB, OC is the side which represents vector Q, CB is the side which represents vector P, then the remaining side OB represent a vector R. Therefore, resultant vector R here is, it is vector Q plus vector P. Now, while adding P plus Q, we get R. While adding Q plus P, we get R. It means that vector P plus vector Q is equal to vector P Q plus vector P. This proves that the vector addition by triangle law obeys the commutative law of addition. Commutative law of addition, it means that the order of adding vectors is not important. You will get same result if you add P to Q and or you will add Q to P, the resultant will be the same. This is how to prove the commutative law of vector addition by triangle law. In triangle law, it should be remembered very clearly that it's only a geometrical method in which you have to draw equal vectors for the given vectors. Vector addition, commutative law of vector addition obey करतो, तो associative law of vector addition obey करतो की नाही हे आपल्याला पाहायचं आहे. त्याच्यासाठी बोर्डावर मी 3 वेक्टर्स काढलेत वेगवेगळ्या दिशेतले. त्यातला हा वेक्टर ए आहे, हा वेक्टर बी आहे, वेक्टर सी आहे. या तिघांचं ऍडिशन पाहायचं आहे आपल्याला. ए प्लस बी आणि मग वेक्टर सी, किंवा ए प्लस बी प्लस सी वेक्टर हे इक्वल आहे की नाही हे चेक करूया. आणि इक्वल असेल तर आपण म्हणूया की असोसिएटिव्ह लॉ ओबे होतो. आपण स्टेप बाय स्टेप जाऊया. Now we will check whether the vector addition obeys the associative law or not. For that, 3 different vectors are drawn on the figure on the board in different directions. Now, at the start, what I will do, I will take a equivalent vector for vector A. Now, this is OP to represent vector A. Now, it should be same in magnitude and same in direction. It should be same in magnitude and same in direction. From the end point of the first vector, that is A, I should draw a second vector. No, the second vector should be from end point of A. It should be same in magnitude and same in direction. Therefore, I will draw, this is the second vector which is represented by vector B. Let is vector B, which is represented by vector Q. Then we will go for the addition of these two. Addition of these two, this will give, this is OQ will give from the triangle law of vector addition. I will write here, it should be vector A plus vector B. Here I will write this vector OQ should be equal to vector A plus vector B. Now this is vector A plus vector B. Then from the end point of B, that is from Q, I will draw a third vector, that is vector C. Vector C in magnitude and direction. It should be like this one. This is vector C. This is vector C. Then again, if you look at the figure, now if it is yes, OP represent vector A, PQ represent vector B, OQ represent A plus B, QS represent vector C. Then A plus B, that is OQ, is one side of the triangle, QS is the another side of the triangle, and we will complete the triangle by taking this one. This is OS, and this OS will represent vector R. Now look at the figure. What you will see that here vector A plus B is one vector. Therefore, I will write here vector A plus B. This is one vector which is represented by OQ. Now thereafter QS is another vector which is vector C, and it should be equal to vector R, and which is nothing but OS. But instead of that, if I will add B and C at first, पहिल्यांदा काय करू ए ला सोडून देऊ, बी आणि सी ला ऍड करू, तर बी आणि सी हा असा जोडून घेतला तर हा जो आला ना रे पीएस वेक्टर आला ना, तो काय वेक्टर बी प्लस वेक्टर सी आहे. Now look at the figure here. A is represented by OP and PS will represent B plus C. Then these are again two sides of the triangle. Then resultant of these two is OS. Once again, what you will see here, vector A, one independent OP plus the other one is PS, which is nothing but B plus C is equal to vector R, which is represented by OS. With these two, what I am able to write is that A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. This proves that the vector addition obeys the associative law. This proves that vector addition obeys associative law. आपण हे एकदम थोडक्यात पाहूया. काय केलंय रे इथं? फार अवघड आहे काय? अजिबात अवघड नाहीये, काय कठीण नाहीये. काय केलं? पहिल्यांदा हा ए वेक्टर घेतला, हा बी घेतला, ए आणि बी या दोघांची बेरीज केली ट्रायंगल लॉनी. ती काय ओ क्यू आहे, हा ए प्लस बी झाला. क्यू पासून सी काढला, मग आता ओ क्यू आणि क्यू एस या दोन साइड पकडल्या तर रिझल्टंट काय असेल ओ एस. तर मग इथे आपल्याला कळलं ए प्लस बी हा प्लस सी बरोबर आहे, हा ओ एस म्हणजे वेक्टर आर. दुसऱ्या वेळी थोडं वेगळं केलं. काय वेगळं केलं? आधी बी प्लस सी ची बेरीज केली, हा बी आणि हा सी हे दोन बाजू, मग ह्या दोघांच्यामुळे होणाऱ्या त्रिकोणाची उरलेली बाजू कोणती? पीएस. मग हा बी प्लस सी झाला, मग हा ए हा एकटा आणि मग हा बी प्लस सी, मग हे दोन बाजू झाले, तर ही त्रिकोणाची उरलेली बाजू ओएस जी आर ने रिप्रेझेंट केलेली. यातला हा वेक्टर आर दोन्ही त्रिकोणाची उरलेली बाजू आहे. एक त्रिकोण कोणता आहे? एक त्रिकोण आहे ओ पी क्यू, याच्यामुळे जाणारा ओ क्यू आणि क्यू एस. ओ क्यू आणि क्यू एस या दोघांचा रिझल्टंट आर आहे. हे जसं बरोबर आहे तसंच दुसऱ्या त्रिकोणात ओपी आणि पी एस या त्रिकोणाचा सुद्धा ओ एस ही उरलेली बाजू आहे. हे दोन्ही आर सेम आहेत, म्हणून मी इथे लिहिणार आहे एका ब्रॅकेटमध्ये ए प्लस बी आणि दुसऱ्या ब्रॅकेटमध्ये फक्त सी, आणि दुसऱ्या वेळी लिहिणार आहे ए प्लस मग ब्रॅकेटमध्ये बी प्लस सी. असं जेव्हा होतं तेव्हा आपण असं म्हणतो की असोसिएटिव्ह लॉ ऑफ वेक्टर ॲडिशन ओबे झालेला आहे. मला वाटतं ट्रायंगल लॉनी आपल्याला दोन्ही गोष्टी प्रूव्ह करता आल्या. द वेक्टर ॲडिशन ओबेज कम्युटेटिव्ह लॉ as well as the associative law. Triangle law is a purely geometrical method. Here we have to draw the figures and find out the resultant of a vector by drawing the remaining side of the triangle.